Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena I'm going to play a BANT Scapeshift deck. And you know it's a net deck when it says imported deck in the title. Classic. Alright, this is from Wyatt Darby, a streamer of amazing caliber, a Pro Tour champion. Excellent streamer, really enjoy his show, and when I saw him playing this deck, I knew I would have to try it. So I have imported it as is. I'm going to trust in the power of Wyatt Darby. I did make one change, something I picked up from playing my Scapeshift deck in the last format. I added one Plaza of Harmony. There are 3 guild gates here, Simic, Selesnya, Azorius, and you might say to yourself, well, what are the odds of you getting all those guild gates together? They're decent. Because you're using Scapeshift, you can put 2 guild gates onto the battlefield or leave a guild gate onto the battlefield and then go get the Plaza of Harmony for a bonus little 3 life. We also have some circuitous route action, which can make sure that the guild gates make it to the battlefield for the Plaza. So that's the one change, one little Plaza. You never know when 3 life might be the difference. Look at this pile of land. I mean, it even has cards like Tranquil Cove, you know, the 1 life lands in here. And as we go all the way down it, we see the win con, Field of the Dead. The plan is to make a whole bunch of zombies, and then do it again and again and again. 4 of these little zombos. There's also a Blast Zone lurking. There's some Scryland. There's a Memorial to Genius. There's some ways to get some value, but for the most part, it's all about that zombie. We've got Teferi Time Raveler to bounce some things and make it so your combo can resolve. We have Prison Realm to take out the occasional large thing. We have Hydroid Crassus to be a payoff for all that mana you generate and be another win con. Otherwise, it's ramp, 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 and we have 28 land. So it is all about that mana. I honestly, I don't know. For one thing, I'm probably not that good of a pilot for this deck. I have to get used to it. And the other thing is that Wyatt, while playing it in ranked, and he is a true master, I just don't feel comfortable with it yet. It is a head scratcher. I time out a lot. This might be a 2x speed video if you don't like when I play slow. I'm going to play unranked. I've been playing it for a few days now, a few weeks, and it's actually not as bad right now. I don't know if it's a better caliber of human, but unranked used to be nothing but like thought erasures into scoops or like turn 3 scoops the second you do anything cool. Hopefully this one will be a little better. I'll try to play reasonably fast so that I can A, explain stuff, and 2, not have my opponent scoop. We'll see how it goes. Let's go play. Well, it's all the ramp. Let's do it. As long as we find a Field of Dead with the Elvish Rejuvenator, the hand will do something. It may take a while. I'm kind of nervous. So turn 1 is Temple of Mystery. Turn 2 is Grazer, tap land, tap land. Turn 3 is probably the Root, but depending how aggressive the opponent is, we might want to save this Plaza of Harmony. Or when we have gates from Circuitous Route. So I don't need another ramp spell. Grow from the Ashes, you can take a hike. Gruel, and we're on the draw, and Marauding Raptor it is. So the opponent off to a good start. Let's hit him up, Grazer. The Grazer is here. We'll put you onto the battlefield, and then we'll put you onto the battlefield. It's one of those spots where you wish Plaza of Harmony made green mana to play a Grazer, but then we would be out of... Oh yeah, we'd have 4 lands, but we might not have our next turn's land drop, so it might not even pay off. Here is the Anarchabolus, making some mana, playing the Hatchling. That's going to make a giant Marauding Raptor, which we can chump block, and I probably will. And then we can bounce the token with the Teferi if we like. But yeah, I think that preventing 7 damage to the face is pretty good. So here we could take all this damage. I think I like playing the Grazer and the Teferi. The other option is to play the Rejuvenator. I don't like that nearly as much. So we'll make a blocker. We should play the Teferi and use the bounce first, because if we draw a land, the Grazer can put it into play.
This isn't a fight you can win.
Let's just bounce you so that the opponent doesn't have this giant token. Kind of sad that we can't draw another land after when our deck has like 28 lands, but okay. Okay, I'll hang in there. The opponent can use the Domri to fight the Grazer, and then the Marauding Raptor can kill Teferi. I'm not really concerned if Teferi lives or dies, I'm just trying to slow down this mega draw out of dinos. Although we haven't seen a big monster yet. So let's see if the opponent has one. It's possible I was just supposed to root there, but it feels like I would take too much damage from the Raptor. Here it comes. Got him. Do you have another creature? No? It's gotta be a win for us. Let's get the root going. What lands do we want? We definitely want a Field of the Dead, and then we need something else. Although I guess we have Scapeshift in hand, so we don't need a Field of the Dead right now. Now we can't fetch a Field of the Dead. What am I talking about? I can only get basics and gates. I should know these things. Let's get all the green sources since we don't have that many at the moment, which is kind of bizarre. Alright. Somehow we almost broke the game bringing those into play. The arena has been glitchy. I cannot tell you otherwise. Ooh! The suicidal Llanowar elf. And the opponent hasn't drawn another big creature yet. That's gotta be frustrating. Okay, we drew the Temple Garden. We can Scapeshift into one Field of the Dead and make a whole bunch of dorks. Or we can ramp up more and go harder on that Field of Dead. And since I can say we have the time here, so I'm going to go for it. Enter tapped. Enter tapped. And you can come down too. And we'll do it in the future. I could have done it that turn. What would I have had? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I would have had 2 Fields of the Dead. That's a lot of zombies anyway. I should have just gone for the scape shift there. I should have shock landed and scaped. Which I think no, I was still a mana short. Never mind. Never mind. Or no, I played the Grazer. 3 videos a day is hard. I mean, streamers who stream for like 6 to 8 hours a day and play well are impressive. All right. I'm doing 4 hours of streaming today after what's probably going to be about 4 to 5 hours of recording, and I am exhausted. Just talking, just having all the things to say. Fortunately, there's action to follow, such as Savage Stomp my Grazer. We'll chump with this Rejuvenator boy. And the opponent hasn't drawn the big dinos, which I'm sure is pretty frustrating. I could just go for the Crassus and try to hold off for more zombies. I'm kind of greedy. I'm very greedy. What am I talking about? Right, 2 Hallowed Fountains. That's a duplicate, so let's get those onto the battlefield so that we can sack them to Scapeshift and then diversify. Domri trying to hang in there. Has our opponent found a creature? They found a Golta. Yes. Epic. They want to attack me. Let's trade. Because now the Teferi can bounce the Golta. Which is so rude, by the way. It's so rude to bounce a Golta in this spot. Oh, we could also instant speed zombies. Oh, I love that. I love that, you guys. Alright, your go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not even going to ambush the Golta. I'll take the hit. Or Teferi can take the hit. It's fine. This is fine. We're still going to do this on end step.
We will meet again.
The opponent might see it coming. Alright, there's your Raptor. There's your plus. Okay, now they can't do anything else. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Opponent says, oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can only do 3 because of the land count, but here's 8, 9, 10. We do have to have 7 different names. Which we do. Boom. Triggers! Oh, they... Don't you want to see them all? Don't you just want to see what the zombie horde looks like? Can't you see? Ah. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. It'll do. It'll do. Nope. Skyland. What do we want? You come into play tapped, but then our other things don't. And another land isn't too bad, I guess, if we need to Teferi on 3, so I'll keep you. Pretty much doing what we need to. Teferi on 3, circuitous route, escape shift for the world. Or at least 14 zombies. Breeding pool shock. Is this going to be a sailor? Is it going to be that deck? That deck is so frustrating. Well, what can you do? Maybe Blast Zone is okay if they play a bunch of Spectral Sailors, but they don't run that many 1-drops. Oh, yay. It's just an opt. I feel much better. Yeah, okay. Then we don't run out the Teferi, I don't think. Or do we? It could just be game over against them. It's so strong. It could also have the counter, the syncopate, the whatever. And if I save it for later, or if they use their counters against my ramp spells, I'm really happy about that. I better do this before I draw all my basics. What you got? Remember, the point isn't to let Teferi take over the game, and it would have been syncopated. The point isn't to let Teferi take over the game against this deck. The point is to resolve the scape shift. If we do that, it'll work out. And so what we want to do is get to 7 mana where we can do the root and scape shift at the same time. This is not tapped. If I do this, then I still have 3 mana for the turn. Let's go for the root. The root is on fire. You gonna counter that too? Gotta draw the counters out somehow. Okay, draw a creature. No, this is good. Hopefully the opponent next turn will counter the Teferi and then get scape shifted into a million. You really just did that. Our opponent just used syncopate for 0 to grow the cutthroat. Okay, well, away we go. Let's get those gates. Now our Plaza of Harmony will gain some life. And then Field of Dead will make a bunch of zombies. And the opponent will be in trouble. So here's this. Here's a little life gain. Here's Teferi. The opponent will counter it. Ooh, okay, they could still have another counter, which is depressing. But let's make them have it. Another syncopate, perhaps? No. Alright, 1 Field of the Dead. Then we can use these lands with some value. A little bit of life. So 1, 2, 3. I guess you are good. One more? What should it be? It should be something that comes into play tapped anyway, like the Guildgate. No matter what, that thing enters tapped. All the different names, all the triggers. And Simic Tempo usually doesn't have much of a way to combat this. I mean, Nightpack Ambusher spitting out a wolf every turn is a thing, but I think you can just go to the bottom. You can try to draw a little better. At the very least, it's going to buy us plenty of time. Come at me, bro. Yeah, no blocks. Don't feel like I need to trade there. Feel like I can be the beatdown now. Prison Realm. I guess that can take out the Ambusher after it comes down, which is sweet. Let's see first and foremost if we can draw a reaction from the opponent with a Growth Spiral. Maybe they'll want to counter this. Okay, Real Mystic. Sure. Alright, they don't have an Ambusher. I don't really want to trade. We'll go for the Prison Realm. Take your Mystic. Another Scape Shift will generate another horde of zombies if it's not countered. Send the team. Down to 4. And that's going to make it really hard to block the next wave of zombos. So aggressive. Alright. Just wanted to send a message. Just wanted to send a message. So, at the time I'm recording this, you're not going to watch it for a while, but the instant kill video that I made about the Simic Flash deck is my most viewed video. It's a couple days old. It has more comments than like any other video. People hate the Simic Flash deck, and some people love it. Like, it's a very divisive deck because of all the counter spells. And people are throwing around words usually reserved for Nexus of Fate to the deck, but I've definitely been able to beat it a number of times. We definitely beat it here today. Yeah. It can be dealt with. I think that the feels bads when it has a really good draw are really bad, and I understand that. Ramp, ramp, ramp. See what happens. All about that ramp. The opponent, when I get to open on Grazer, the intimidation factor. Yeah, we need to draw one of those. The sooner we have one of those on the battlefield to go with all the ramping, the better off we will be. But we don't want to play it this turn, not when we have a Rejuvenator ready to go. So we don't want a Mystery, a Garden, a Forest, or a Field of the Dead. Spectral Sailor. So there's another field. Let's grab a Guild Gate, because we want 7 lands of different names. Grazer Dees against the Flyers might buy us some time. We're gonna need it. We're gonna need it. This deck again. Okay. There's the Scape Shift. I don't know if we'll be able to make that resolve. The deck usually plays Essence Capture, which could hit the Rejuvenator or the Grow from the Ashes, but we'll go for the Rejuvenator. Next turn we could kick the Grow from the Ashes. We don't want to take a basic land. There's only 2 left in the deck, and if we're going to grow for 2, that could be a problem. Alright, there's a Plaza. I have 1 gate, not 2. So I'll take the Hallowed Fountain, right? I don't have one of those. Very important to pay attention. Let's send in the Rejuvenator. There might be a Trickster here, but whatever. The opponent not countering the ramp spells, but there's already a field, so anything that puts lands onto the battlefield that are different here is going to get them wrecked. Yeah, I can block. Got him. Maybe they didn't plan to block anyway. They're most certainly going to counter something this turn. We can cast both. First, I'll send the elves. See if the opponent has a play. Then I'll go for, what do I prefer? I think I'd prefer for the Rejuvenator resolve, and I can do this for 1. And then the opponent, they better counter it. If I do it for kicker and it gets countered, I can't cast a Rejuvenator this turn, and if I cast the Rejuvenator, I'm going to be able to make a zombie as long as I find a different land with it. So maybe, we'll see. I'll get bit if the Rejuvenator can't find a unique land. So the Sands is only a 1-of, so I know that one's good. And there we go. Now we start getting zombies. We start clocking the opponent, they're going to have to play something. And if we draw Teferi to go with the Scape Shift, we get there. Oh. You'd think I scripted this stuff. I seriously don't play games until exactly this happens, especially today, where like I'm on a total time crunch, and this is probably my last recorded game of the day. This just happens to me. Here's the countered Teferi. Teferi the countered, it should be called, but yeah, you're about to feel the pain, and the people out there that absolutely hate the Simic Flash deck, behold. Just smash the holy crap out of it with something this memey. Alright, Field of the Dead. We'll grab a Blast Zone. We'll grab some gates so that we can also grab Plaza. There's another guild gate somewhere, right? Gain 3 life? I think there was. No? I guess I used them both. So that's off the list. Oh, there it is. All right. And the Plaza is still selected. We're on 5. Let's get a Scry. And let's get 1 more life. All the bonuses. And the triggers. And Grazer can go to the bottom. And yeah, these decks as they're constructed, probably not going to come back from that. They might have River's Rebuke, but they have to tap out on their turn, and then we just reset, and the Field of Dead stays in play, so the Rejuvenators make more things. The opponent flashes in a Frilled Mystic, and they are out of there. So for the Flash haters, maybe I have a deck for you. Just always have Teferi and Scapeshift ready to go on turn 4, and you will be fine. Normally I would look back into the deck and talk about changes. I don't want to change a thing. I love this deck. My deck review for Wyatt Darby's BANT Scapeshift deck is that this is what I want to do for fun Magic. Millions of uncounterable zombies. Just awesome. Absolutely amazing. Should just call it BANT Zombies. Maybe I will. But check out Wyatt Darby on Twitch. Should be very easy to find. If you Google Wyatt Darby, you'll find the Twitch channel very quickly. And 100% recommended. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to hit the like and subscribe, and consider checking out my other channels, Covert Go Live with my live streams, and Covert Go Free with my free-to-play account. I will see you, as always, in the next video.